I don't think that a lot of men realize how scary just they are.
Hi, my name is Day. I'm from New Jersey originally, and I'm a publicist here in LA.
Hi guys, I'm Brett, and I work in film.
I'm Gabby, and I work in film as well. I act.
Hi everyone, I'm Corier. I'm from Los Angeles, and I'm in advertising and recruiting.
My name is Farhood. I'm born and raised in LA, and I'm a writer and a director.
My name is Joe, 25 years old, and I'm marketing coordinator here in LA.
Men and women are inherently different.
Not to say that this is like a sound fact or that there aren't exceptions, but I think men are they're built differently. They're stronger usually. I can say physically is a one inherent difference.
Obviously, it changes based on like their race and gender, or like where they're from and stuff like that. But I think that women tend to sometimes be a lot more over emotional, and where men tend to kind of respond a little bit more stoically. And that might not be the most like perfect way to say it, but I think it's.
Do you
like,
think
a
that's a
little more easier.
natural way that we're born to be, or do you think that's how we're brought up?
I think it's a mixture of both. Or it might just be how society has ingrained it, and they should react to certain things too.
Yeah.
Men are supposed to be this like sometimes uncompromising, not unemotional person, whereas women are supposed to be emotional. And so I think that people sometimes like fall into those categories even when they're not supposed to be.
I feel like, even as a man, like, how I approach a problem is like, oh, how can I fix this thing? Whereas like a lot of my female friends are like, I don't need to fix it. I just need to listen to this person. and like for me, like that's just not my natural impulse.
Yeah, I think there's so many men who people will say, oh yeah, men are always strong or always this or always that. Well, tell that to a female UFC fighter. She'll kick their ass.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And there are also
That's why I said there's exceptions.
Yeah, there are a lot of people.
Very much so.
But there are a lot of people who will say, oh, women are always hyper emotional, and then tell that to a bleeding heart guy who's just like the biggest, most passionate person. I mean, so I just think generalization is always problematic.
My husband he's one of those guys that cries in like every movie, and like I love that. And I'm like a very assertive, fiery person, which is like generally attributed to masculine quality, which in itself is problematic, that we think like strength is masculine, problem solving is masculine. We're all capable. And we're all also have our weaknesses.
Around the world, women face pressure from society and even their own families to live a certain way and fit specific expectations. Whether it's marriage or career-related, it seems everyone has a thought on how we ought to live. We partnered with SK2, a global skincare brand that continues to empower women to take control and shape their own destiny as part of their global Change Destiny campaign. Together, we explore the pressures women feel to conform to a certain timeline by inviting mothers and daughters to discuss these very real issues in their own lives. Enjoy the episode and be sure to stick around to the end for more info to share.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Jewel. I'm Africa's mom, mom of 5, and I'm an educator.
My name is Anne Marie. I have 5 children, and I'm a housewife.
My name is Cynthia.
And I have my mothers to the left and my daughters to the right. I think marriage is an old-fashioned institution.
I do believe that marriage is an old-fashioned institution. That doesn't mean that it's not important or that it's not relevant, but I feel like it is dated and it is transforming into something different.
I would definitely feel like the reasons for marriage are much different now than it was before. I don't believe that it is a requirement in life as much.
For me, it's like the history of marriage started with women literally being sold as if they were property, and like that's archaic, you know, and I just don't agree with that as a concept. But at the same time, you know, I'm a romantic and I believe in love, and I believe that if you love someone, you should be allowed to marry them if that's what you want.
Can I have my disagreeers please come forward?
My husband and I, when we got married, we just loved each other, and very naturally. So we don't have any other concern about do we have enough money or do we have any other things. We just very pure, yeah.
Personally, I love you, Mom, but I would not do what you did. I would not do that. If I'm correct, Mom, you got married at 25, and I believe you dated Dad for 6 months.
Yes.
Right before that marriage. I personally fully believe that before marriage you should be living with that person, because living with someone I feel like is different than just dating them.
But I don't know. That whole, we're not gonna live together for 2 years and you ain't put, Because see, you could die tomorrow and I'll just be sitting here with this rent. Like there's some assurities in marriage. If you want me, you gotta put up the cost to pay the boss, like, period.
I think you ladies, think that you're gonna move in with your spouse, right? And then that first year is gonna be bliss if it's the right one. That's not the case. So you move in with someone 6 months, oh, we're not compatible. Well, you might have been. If you're married, you're committed to working through life together. I mean, Chelsea, I don't know if are you living with your boyfriend?
I am, and that's something that I guess for me is a little bit of a frustration, because we've been together for almost 4 years. I can tell that, you know, my siblings that are married and have like a kid on the way, or my friends that have kids and are married, it's their lives and their relationships are taken more seriously than mine is. We are just as committed, you know, we're monogamous, we care about each other, it's a partnership. And I just get frustrated that because we're not married, that means that we're just dating, it's like frivolous, you know what I mean? Which